Hello, welcome to Yoga with Rach. I'm Rach. Thank you very much for joining me. We're on week 1. We're diving into a new practice. We're getting into the earth element. And we're going to be really focusing on finding that connection and tapping into finding what it's like to feel like being in our bodies. We're finding that element of home, which is why I've chosen, or one of many reasons why I've chosen, the mudra that we're going to practice to start our practice off. If you're practicing with me every week, which you can do at the moment, we're still going into our live streams as we're isolating, so you can join me from wherever you're at, or you can continue using these practices and they're just broken down into those bite-sized chunks over the next 4 weeks. So if you're practicing Pranavayu is our inhalation, that drawing in and upwards of movement, and the lovely, wonderful, beautiful mudra that is Pranavayu is that peace sign where we've got the index finger and middle finger together and we bring the ring and the little fingers together to touch. And we'd either sit with the hands up, or I was guiding people with the palms facing up. So we're in that receiving. Remember, the inhalation is what we receive, and in Aries season it's all about receiving. Now, as we move into Taurus season, we're going into a little bit more of a grounding element, and sometimes it's that quite nice just to literally release and let go, or touch the earth to find that element of grounding. And we're finding not necessarily our new normal, but we're getting into a new routine, and it's nice to know that there are those creature comforts of our home that we can come home to, if we are still having to go out, if you're key workers, or if you're just getting used to finding new little spots that you can treat. So finding those elements at home where, right, that's where I work, that's where I relax, this is where I do my yoga practice or meditate or journal. So we're actually taking that Pranavayu and moving it into Bru Mudra, BHU, which is our touching the earth gesture. Now, Bru is our Sanskrit word, one of many for planet Earth. And it's a lovely, lovely word for planet Earth, or it's of the earth, born of the earth, which we all are, because this is our home. So I thought it was a lovely way to tap into that element of that creature comforts of home, that there's no place like home sort of feeling. So what we do with this gesture is we take that Pranavayu mudra, that prana mudra, so we have the index finger and middle fingers, we're going to bring the ring and the little fingers in to touch the thumbs, so they're still around the palm of the hand. We're going to do that on both hands, but now we separate the index fingers and middle fingers so it looks as though we're making that peace sign. Now we're going to place the hands down in front of the legs, palms are facing down, and let the fingertips touch, the index fingers and middle fingers touch the earth, touch the mat. This is a really lovely one to practice if you can go out into your garden and literally let your hands touch the earth. So the palms of the hands are touching the shins, fingertips are touching the mat, touching the earth, grounding. Letting the shoulders relax, and feel free to invite some movement into your head, your neck, your shoulders whilst you're here if you need to, because the neck is ruled by Taurus, the head is ruled by Aries, and we move down through the body, and now we're in the area, the region of the neck. So it's that we're able to turn and change our view of our surroundings, of what we can take in, our point of view. So moving into that element of grounding, that gesture of touching the earth, grounding down, rooting down. And if you think about what we are made up of, we are essentially very similar to a machine, a computer, we're an electronic device. And with anything that's electronic, it has to be grounded. And we're exactly the same. We function much better when we have that connection with the earth. So tapping into, connecting to that sensation, touching the earth, being of the earth, born of the earth. welcome to stay here for as long as you feel comfortable. If you are able to practice this in like the safety of your own garden, so you're outside but still in that isolation, take in those elements of what can you feel, what can you see, what can you hear, what can you smell. It's taking in what is around you, just acknowledging what is around you. And I shall see you next week. Namaste.